to Yahuwah. Praise be to Yahuwah.
Hello everyone, Shabbat Shalom. It's the Shabbat of Yahuwah or Elohim, and on this beautiful blessed day of all, the set apart day, the day that cannot be compared to no other, is the day that Elohim, after this beautiful creation, he rested from all his wonderful works, and so he commanded us to honor this blessed day. It's his day and not our day, and we are to honor it by keeping it holy, not doing our own thing, but the thing that pleases Elohim. And so today I just want to come to you with a very important topic that we all need to consider and really take into consideration of how we use this. Okay, so I am just gonna speak about the tongue, right? I'm gonna speak about the tongue. Yes. And the scripture which I'm gonna use as well is James chapter 3 verses 3 to 12. All right, we know that James here is the brother of Yahushua, brother to us, the call out assembly. He's here telling us something here that about the tongue, how wicked and how deadly the tongue is. It is so small, yet it can do great damage, right? So just gonna read starting from 3. That's James chapter 3 verses 3 to 12, and it reads, "Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which they though be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, wheresoever the governor will. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindles. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defiles the whole body, and set on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of Gehinnom." Gehinnom basically speaking about like the hellfire, right? "For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith bless we Elohim, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of Elohim. Out of the same mouth proceed blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things are not so to be. Does a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, either a vine fig? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh." Here's the ending of the reading of James chapter 3 verse 3 to 12. The tongue, this little member, the tongue. We all have a tongue, right? We're all born with tongues, and we know what the tongue, we use the tongue to do. We need our tongue to taste. Our tongue, without the tongue we can't talk, right? As small as this little member is, or this little part of our body, it is deadly. James said that it is full of iniquity, right? Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, to have the horses go to whichever direction we want. You know, we can use, you know, bits of food and stuff. And you can lead the horses wherever you want, you know. The ship as well. The ship is so big. We see how big a ship is, right? And the captain or whoever is doing the sailing have just this little wheel, you know, that, you know, they use to, you know, turn the ship to whichever direction they want to go. But as for the tongue, as small as the tongue is, it is great because it does great damage, right? James here tells us that the tongue is a little member, but it boasts great things. And it's true. This is so true. Sometimes you hear some people boast about some things. You have to wonder. You really have to wonder, right? Boast about some mighty things. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. Even the same James tells us that boasting about, you know, tomorrow, anything like that, all boasting is evil. This same tongue causes us to boast. This same tongue causes us to act as if we're better than each other. And this is wrong. All boasting is evil unless you're boasting about Elohim, right? So James here is saying that, you know, even though the horse can be tamed and the ship and, you know, all these things can be tamed, yet the tongue cannot be tamed. The tongue cannot be tamed. As small as it is, it cannot be tamed, right? Behold how great a matter a little fire kindles. Behold how great a matter a little fire. This little tongue here. This tongue can cause some great damages. Great damages. And look how small it is. The tongue, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, among the other body parts, right? That it defiles the whole body. As small as the tongue is, it defiles the entire body. Yahusha said it. It's what comes out of us defiles the body, right? Because of this tongue, right? If you curse, you defile your body. Boasting, you defile your body, right? This is what this little tongue here do. So James is saying, as small as this little tongue is, all it does is cause trouble, right, to how you use it, that is, and defiles the whole body, and set on fire the course of nature. Oh my goodness. And it is set on fire of Gehinnom. Okay, so Gehinnom means the valley of Hinnom, figuratively the place of everlasting punishment. That's how wicked things the tongue can do. That's how great of a destruction the tongue can do, right? For every kind of beast, this is the part that really get me. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea, is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Everything in creation can be tamed. Basically, every creature. That's what it's saying here in James, right? Everything in creation can be tamed except for the tongue. This is something to really put into consideration. Of all the members of our body, we can put under subjection except for the tongue, and yet it is so small. All in creation that Yahuwah has created, living things, can be tamed except for the tongue. The tongue is described here as a deadly poison. Poison, and it is unruly, cannot be put under subjection. Therewith bless we Elohim, even the Father, and therewith curse we men which are made after the similitude of Elohim. The same tongue that we use to praise the Most High. We lift you up, we honor you, you're great, you're almighty, I love you so much, you're my everything. It's the same tongue we use to curse our brothers and sisters. Curse them out, tell them bad things, describe them, mighty Elohim. Wish bad for them. Many people wish bad for people. I wish you die. I wish nothing good come your way. This is the same exact tongue we use to praise Elohim. What kind of thing is this? Right? This is just plain hypocrisy. The same tongue which we use to praise the Most High and speak good of Him is the same tongue we use to destroy our brothers and sisters who are created in the likeness of Elohim. That is hypocrisy. That is plain hypocrisy. And that's what James is saying here. Out of the same mouth proceed blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things are not so to be. This part really get me. You know, this part, like, I really get into James. That's how to feel how James felt at this point. My brethren. Honestly, this thing made me so emotional. My brethren, these things are not so to be. Or in another way, it's not supposed to be like this. Basically, that's what James saying. Right? How can we be there, you know, bigging up Elohim and telling him how beautiful he is and how excellent he is and he's awesome? We have never seen Elohim. Never ever. By faith, we believe. By faith, we see him. By faith. Right? But at the same time, our brethren, who we can see, who we can look upon, we can hug, we can touch, we curse them out and wish them bad and all these things. I'm saying we because, you know, I'm not excluded because we're all human, right? We're all human, and even if I'm not doing it now, I was there, right? So I cannot exclude myself. You know, the same tongue that we use to exalt the Most High is the same tongue we use to break down our brothers. We use to backbite. We chat things behind our brother's back. This same tongue, this little something in our mouth, is the same exact tongue we use to praise the Most High. It's the same tongue we use to curse our brothers. Yahushua said we're not to curse, we're to bless. Bless them that curse you, even though a person curse you out and wish you bad. Our duty as brethren, as believers, as followers of Yahushua and Mashiach, our duty is to bless instead. No matter the bad they do, we have to do the good. We have to be like Yahushua. Remember Yahushua, what they did to him. He has been through so much. Nobody on this earth can, whatever they have been through, cannot be compared to what Yahushua has gone through for us. And in the end, Yahushua said, forgive them because they know not what they do. He could have done away with this world, but because of the love that he has for us, right? And he know what make us up. He could not stoop down. He couldn't stoop down to our level and do as what man do to him. Instead, he turned around and he blessed. If we are followers of Yahushua, we are to walk in the same manner as Yahushua do or does. If we continue to do these things, this shows that we're not walking in the light, and we're called to be children of the light. We can't be walking in darkness, doing the work of darkness, right? We are to be as Yahushua was, or should I say as Yahushua is, right? The word tells us that it is not I who live, but the Mashiach who lives in me. So the same thing what Yahushua would do, this is the same way we are to be one to another. We should try our best. It is not easy because sometimes some people say some things about us and really talk to us a certain way, and we just have to be the bigger person and say, you know what, let me just leave this to Elohim. You know, that's what we have to do. We have to practice. And I brought this to my children as well. I taught them the same way, you know, that we are to practice it. You know, even them sometimes, you know, they say bad things about each other, and I use the same passage here to enlighten them, you know, that, you know, we shouldn't talk like this. You know, we're to be kind one to another, tender hearted, forgiving one another. You know, James continued to say, does a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Really and truly, if you turn on, I'm going to use the pipe for an example. The pipe in our house is, you know, kitchen sink, bathroom. I'm going to use the same thing. Can you turn on that water and out of the water you see dirty water and clean water at the same time? No, it's either or the either. It's the same thing with the tongue. How can we speak blessing, good things out of our mouth, and then turn around and speaking bad? You understand me? So this is what James is saying. Can the one thing, can a fountain bring forth sweet water and bitter at the same time? It can't be. It's either bitter or sweet. So it's the same thing with the tongue. It's either you're gonna speak bad or you're gonna speak good. But we can't be speaking the same thing coming from the same little tongue. Right? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? I use this example with my children. Can, a mango tree bear strawberry? No. So the same thing here. Okay. So can no fountain yield salt, water, and fresh? It's the same thing with the tongue. We can't speak evil and good with the same tongue. We have to be better. We have to, be on the good side. We're called to be good. Even though no one is good. Elohim said that no one. But he also tells us that we are to strive towards perfection. Try to do what is good at all times. It is not easy, especially walking this road as a child of Elohim, living amongst these kinds of people, but we have to try our very best. It is really not easy. I'm speaking from my own experiences. It is not easy. Sometimes as Yahushua encourages us that we are to give away our rights, basically. If a person speak bad or talk bad about us, our duty is to do the opposite. Let Elohim fix them. Let Elohim fix them. There's a passage in the book of Isaiah that stated, no weapon that is formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises upon me in judgment be condemned. Right? So we have that passage as an assurance to know that Elohim is fighting for us. No matter what a person speak of us negatively, let us try to speak positive. The word tells us as well that even in our eyes a vile person is contempt. If we look at people in this manner, we can speak good. Let us try to be as Yahushua is. Paul tells us to imitate him like he imitate Mashiach. But I love to say, let's imitate Mashiach, right? Let's imitate. It is not easy because, listen, we're human. We're created. We're created in iniquity. But we have to remember that it's not us who live. We have to remember who called us from that life into this life, into this family. So let us represent him in every way possible that speak God. Alright, so this is my final little say on this little member here. Even though James stated that this member no man can tame, but remember, with Elohim all things are possible. I believe Elohim can tame this little member, this little unruly, poisonous, deadly weapon, right? I believe he can. No man, no matter how we try. Jamaican love to say, you know what? Let me bite my tongue, yeah, man. Let me bite my tongue. Let me hold my tongue. That's what we say. We love to say. But at the same time, we try to hold the tongue, and then we tongue slip. We say something bad. But we can ask Elohim to tame our tongue. Please, Elohim, help me to speak like how you would speak. Speak like how you want me to speak. Help me not to curse, but to bless. Help me to speak good, even though the person speak bad about me. But we can ask Elohim to tame our tongue, because there's nothing impossible with Elohim. And this is my few words of encouragement. May this Shabbat bring you lots of peace, lots of blessing, the peace that this world cannot give, but Yahushua give this peace that no man can give. It's the peace that surpasses all understanding. No matter what may be going on around us, if you have that peace, it's like nothing. It's like nothing. Anything we're going is like nothing. Because the peace that surpasses, hallelujah, all understanding is abiding in you and I. Until then, may Yahweh bless you, may He keep you, may He continue to have His face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you, and give you peace. Yes, that peace. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbat. See you in the next one.
Father, renew me so you can use me. Would you still choose me after all that I've done? Father, I'm broken, but please take my heart as a token of love. Please take my heart as a token